Tears were shed, hearts were broken, legends were born. Men pitted their wills and wit in what may have been the fiercest competition they've ever endured. With friendship on the line and glory for the taking, nothing was sacred. I'm talking, of course, about the 2015 season of the Fantasy Yolo League. Welcome to the Rundown.
I'm sure you've all been wondering whether the commissioner and/or league as a whole was going to formally acknowledge its winner, Declan Cunningham, manager of the Frat Stars, and the rest of the noteworthy performances that occurred this year. It was quite the opposite of a dream matchup for the rest of the league's managers to view in the 2015 Gronky-Roddy League Championship. I like to think that everyone would have been most happy to observe a matchup between our friendly neighborhood Luke, 100% Bud Grau, and the ever non-threatening, barely participating Evan, how many zeros will he trot out, Heflin. Alas, we were stuck watching a tussle between an unrelatable 20-year-old Irish-American who regularly sports Vineyard Vines and LL Bean apparel, and an insufferable tradeaholic, a media-controlling non-Gentile who I think every other league member on some level roots against. But that's what fantasy football is all about. It's about a potentially banished league taco flaunting a wooden cock in his Floridian apartment while still ruminating over his decision to trade an RB 1.5 for chump change. It's about a new member getting bent over a barrel and beaten with a switch when he traded away a Viking father figure famous for doing the same thing to his own son. It's about a salty potential doctor and a newlywed sports guru not making the playoffs because they don't know how to play matchups. For the love of God, fantasy football is about a dedicated commissioner having to hear from his synergy drafting roommate who, after reminding me that he's in first place for 5 straight weeks, still asks what team Hopkins and Ivory are on, ultimately going on to deservedly tank down the stretch. I especially relish in the controversy that tends to erupt in our league. And to that point, I hope you're back next year, Kyle. I promise to always be ready to oblige requests from managers to make semi-legal late lineup edits. Without further ado, I'd like to congratulate the Frat Stars on asserting their dominance over the league and holocausting I Will Harvest You in the championship. I'm happy to keep the trophy in the family, and anyway, I'll probably embezzle most of the winnings one way or another. To think, an auto-drafting, allegedly class-attending Manzalian frat brother was able to come out on top. Boy, that's depressing. I'd like to separately congratulate Michael Rhodes for putting his well-assembled Crimson Chins to absolutely no use by not playing his matchups and thereby not making the playoffs. I'd also like to sarcastically congratulate Jeff for flopping when it mattered most. The YOLO Bowl fell on Christmas weekend, which I think played a large part in Declan's victory. I'm sure Ted J-Dubs is regretting his Aruban vacation, as he was left with neither holiday spirit, nor pride, nor gentility. Let me just quickly also laud the Salt Titan Philip Cockwell on his inability to achieve relevance this season. And one more shout out to Evan, who even managed to suck the fun out of the Sacco Bowl by making it too easy to lose. Before getting into the full awards portion of the show, where we'll have some sideshow winners to announce, I'd like to bring out a very special guest, my colleague and an incredibly knowledgeable sports enthusiast, Adam Merritt, for a little segment we like to call Trading Tragedy. Over to you, Adam.
This year's Trading Tragedy is reserved for 2015 League Virgin Chris Baird. In Week 8, he willingly accepted a deal with Jeffrey Weinstein in which Chris gave Adrian Peterson and Russell Wilson in exchange for Doug Martin and Andrew Luck. After that trade, A-Pete would go on to score 138 points, an average of 15.4 per week, and Russell Wilson would amass 206 points, averaging 25.8. Meanwhile, Doug Martin totaled a respectable 99 points from Week 8 through 16, averaging 11.1. But Andrew Luck played in just 2 more games for the season, scoring all of 39 points. Fortunately, Jeff didn't end up holding on to Russell for his statistical avalanche down the stretch, but he did use him to acquire OBJ and Ronnie Hillman. Jeff turned around and again targeted Chris, using Hillman to acquire Amari Cooper. Cooper would be a key factor in Jeff's semifinal victory that advanced him to the championship. All told, Grizzballs Deep suffered a net loss of 206 potential points as a result of this trading tragedy, depriving his weekly lineup of an average of 12.1 points. Certainly even more harrowing is the fact that this pivotal trade armed to Wiley J-Dubs with more trading ammo to use on his fellow managers. Chris single-handedly fueled the roster shuffler's fires, enabling Jeff to slink about the league on an endless hunt for trades that were many times unnecessary and other times comically lopsided. Back to you, Ryan.
Welcome to the Sideshow Awards portion of our show, where we hope to recognize some of the brave moves and managerial decisions we saw in 2015. The Boldest Draft Award goes to the manager who was able to use his wits and risk-taking ability to assemble a core of productive players heading into Week 1. This award goes to Declan, who highlighted the flawed human condition by winning it all with an auto-drafted roster. Next, we have the Chevy Silverado Most Valuable Pickup Award that goes to the manager who was able to find a diamond in the rough and add some serious value to his team during the season. This award goes to Joe. In Week 9, Joe looked to replace his fallen stud Le'Veon Bell with a wizened old back by the name of D'Angelo Williams, who'd been dropped by Phil in Week 3. Williams put up 36.5 in his debut for the Jordy Nelson Mandelas and went on to finish 28th overall in fantasy points scored, averaging 19.1 points from Week 9 to 16. He was a big reason for Joe's third place finish. Up next, we've got the Promiscuity Award for most trades and roster moves. I doubt I need to explain the meaning of this honor or why it goes to Jeff, but I'll summarize the latter. Jeff took this coveted dual title by participating in all but 3 of the league's 14 trades for the season. No one was close to that, as Ryan and Chris finished behind him with 3 trades each. Jeff also managed to out-tinker the stinker himself, Ryan, by completing a total 41 roster moves, versus 36 for the Potty Monsters. Fourth on the list, we have the least coveted CTE award for the most injured and diseased roster. No one was truly devastated by injuries this year, but there were 4 teams that each lost 2 players to injury that were projected by Yahoo to be in the top 60 for scoring coming into the season. The Raving Roughhousers had to go without Marshawn Lynch, projected at number 2 for 8 weeks, and lost Keenan Allen, projected at 59 in Week 8. The Frat Stars suffered casualties to Joseph Randall, who went down in Week 7, and Mark Ingram, who was absent down the stretch after Week 13. Meanwhile, the Silky Johnsons had a total of 15 games missed by his studs Carlos Hyde and Julian Edelman. But it was our Sacco runner-up, I Like Bortles, who was perhaps the unluckiest CTE victim this year. He lost Jamal Charles for the season in Week 5 and saw Peyton Manning go down in Week 1 with a progressively worsening neuromuscular disease called the noodles. Finally, perhaps the most noteworthy Sideshow award is the Crafty Strategist Award for playing one's matchups. This honor goes to your commissioner, Ryan Cunningham. It wasn't always pretty, but the Potty Monsters managed to make it to the championship semifinals by following one simple, oft-forgotten rule: play your matchups. While most other league managers seem to ignore or lack a fundamental understanding of the importance of matchup playing, Ryan didn't. Week in and week out, he was able to navigate the murky waters of fantasy football on his way to a solid, borderline satisfying season. The Pomos, as people have been calling them lately, were able to shift formations on the fly and showed an incredible knack for the old plug-and-play. On more than one occasion, he managed to sneak a no-name Gruden grinder into his flex spot, going unnoticed behind enemy lines and finding ways to utterly dismantle his opponent. By the end of 2015, Ryan's group of carefully assembled infantrymen had revolutionized the game with a semi-successful Chip Kelly operation. We've noted most of the winners in previous portions of our show, but lest they be outdone by the Sideshow Award winners, I'd like to officially present the managers who earned this year's top honors. First, and certainly the least, the 2015 Eli Manning Sacco Bowl champion and winner for the second year in a row of the reviled Ol' Woody Trophy goes to Evan Heflin, manager of the endangered Brosidon Flosidon franchise. Next, I'd like to honor this year's regular season points leader. Finishing with a total of 1,356 points through Week 13, Michael Rose, manager of the Crimson Chins, he didn't enter the playoffs? At the top of the points rankings. Moving on, this year's second place finalist and Fantasy Yolo League runner-up was Jeffrey Weinstein, manager of I Will Harvest You. His wheeling and dealing brought him to within 1 win of the ultimate prize. Finally, I'm proud to again recognize the one left standing after 16 straight weeks of competition, your 2015 Gronky Roddy Fantasy Yolo League champion, Declan Cunningham, manager of the Frat Stars. Congratulations to all of our winners. It's been a great season. We've seen some horrible displays of character and sportsmanship, a number of league-threatening controversies, and plenty of salt. I hope everyone enjoys the off-season and some undeserved time off from fantasy. We'll be back next year.
Stay alive. It is Lynch. That'll do it. clear. Wilson gets away. Wilson dancing, throwing. It's caught by Jermaine Purse. Broken play, big play. Brady's pass. There is Gronkowski shoving aside a defender and stiff-arming Wilcox as well.
I'm with you, Gronk.
Chris Matthews motions. The toss, Marshawn Lynch back to Russell Wilson, and he throws it up top. And Ricardo Watson's got it for a touchdown. What a play! Play clock winding down to get the play off. Newton steps up, throws for the end zone. Olsen, touchdown!
His snap, and actually Cole Anderson is behind him. And what in the world?
Wide open is Diggs. He leaps for it in the end zone. Touchdown Vikings.
Little out, up, get greedy with your eyes as a corner, and you're gonna get run by. But what a spectacular catch!
Runs over 3 times. With the right hand here, and he gets all the face mask. Manziel looked like an owl there for a minute with his head almost going all the way around.
Dan, he may have lost his contact lens. Manziel in some trouble. Manziel gets out of it. Manziel pumps and runs. Johnny Manziel, touchdown! What a highlight from Johnny Football.
Third down and goal. Gonna reach over. It's a touchdown.
And Avery Williamson had had enough. It's a frustrating day for the Tennessee.
I'm unnecessarily rough, but that's only because they ain't rough enough. Here we come with the bomb, go long. You can't keep the pace in so long. It's okay, another day, another play. But next time, be ready when you hear me say,
I'm on the mic, I never fumble. Humble, ever ready to rumble.
Is the streak end here? Does it continue? It's up to this group. Good. Mastay and Crosby, 52. For the win. No good. Blocked. And the Lions have won it.
They got the touchdown, they were able to convert, so this is good for the Colts.
Hasselbeck under pressure. Got rid of it and shuffled it to a lineman, Joe Wright.
And he slid short of the first down.
And at 6'7", 323, Joe Wright is a little better equipped to take a hit.
He is. Into the nickel on second down and 12. Gates. And what a catch. Right in front of Revis Hopkins.
This is a gutsy throw by T.J. Yates. Look at this. Revis is right there. He just doesn't find the ball, and that's a terrific catch and great concentration.
And busting through. Then Lacy takes the pass, and Eddie Lacy is inside the 10 and all the way to the end zone. Bruce Gaston almost got there. To the toss. Anderson, he'll get it. And plenty more. C.J. Anderson is going to go all the way. And the Denver Broncos win the game.
Sitting on that wild card. Peterson. Left side. Peterson still going. Touchdown. We're down at 2. Pointing, taking off, first down, touchdown! Aaron Rodgers runs it home.
but can the receivers get far enough down the field?
Rodgers in trouble.
It's going to get there.
He turned 32 yesterday. Does he have a vintage moment in it? In the end zone, it is caught for the win. Richard Rodgers with a walk-off touchdown. A game ender for the Packers.
McAfee, no chance. That was almost a straight line. And this, I can barely watch this.
How about the security guy behind the goal? Security woman, I guess. Oh, what the hell?
Did not play in the first quarter. 3rd and 2 for the Giants. Manning over the middle. Odell Beckham splits defenders. Goodbye, Beckham. Touchdown, Giants. Patrick will send him via text video clips throughout the week. Things he likes on film. Spin move, Chris Ivory. Ivory with a zigzag.
Demontre Moore, 6'5", 250, and he's too high on this tackle. Makes contact helmet to helmet on Ivory, and that's just what Ivory wants.
From the 9. And that's Peterson. Look at the window. What a run! Peterson to the end zone for the touchdown.
The end of this play. That's not it. It's here. And they go head-to-head. Then Norman gets in with a knee into the head of...
Up your screen, number 10, little fake curl inside. Then look at the separation it gives him against Kirkpatrick and Roethlisberger right on target.
Well, look at the catch. As he tried to control it, make sure he didn't lose it. This is an amazing acrobatic effort from behind.
I was so busy watching the route.
And a flip.
Does he keep control?
27-yard attempt. Jeff Lott is the holder. McDermott is the snapper. And the kick is no good!
One champion. Up we go with the playoffs. And Niall Davis will bring it out from 16. Here's across the 50. Davis is gone! Niall Davis starts the playoffs with a bang! 106 yards! Touchdown, Chiefs!
To the side of Smith. Four receiver set. Smith. Hat time. Smith. Trying to avoid it. Smith emerges. Looking downfield. Smith throws it up in the air. Jason O'Malley. Oh, what a corner play of Hunt.
End of the game here if they don't get 20 yards. Here goes Rodgers again, all the way downfield, and it's going to be caught by Janis at the 35-yard line. How in the world against that defense do you get a guy free? They got Rodgers backpedaling. The reset starts. They are going to bring pressure again. Rodgers is going to roll away, throws it up in the air, says a prayer, and Janis does it. Oh, please! What a kick! That's insane!
They won the ball. Yeah, they won the ball.
No, it didn't flip. It didn't flip. It didn't flip.
I've forgotten how it felt before the world fell.
Palmer stepping away at first. Palmer extending the play. Crosses the field. Larry Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald is going to take it into Green Bay territory. Larry Fitzgerald inside the 30. Larry Fitzgerald is insane. To the 40-yard line is the motion man. Little flip to Fitzgerald. He scores. And the Cardinals win an amazing game.
weekend, man. You got to do what you got to do.
13th snap in the quarter inside the 30. With the game on the line, Brady in the pocket, end zone down, and it is caught by Gronkowski to make it 20-18.
Here's Brady, rolling out, rolling and throwing. It's kicked in the air, and it's intercepted. It's intercepted by Roby. He lost the football back at the 20, but it doesn't matter. It was tipped by Talib, and the Denver defense saves it at the end.
I'm gonna have the whole world doing this dab right here. Big winner party king, we came to turn it up. I want everybody in here to do their dab right now. You ready? Dab with that like, oh! Damn, hold up, woo, damn, woo, hold up, damn, ha, woo, damn, ha, ha, hold up, blah, hold up, woo, damn, woo, woo, hold up, damn, blah, hold up, woo, damn, pause, hold up, blah, hold up, gang, 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 hold up, blah, 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 hold up, swat, damn, hold up, blah, turn up to the max, hold up, woo, 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 dab with that like, oh, dab on, dab on, dab on, dab on, dab on, dab on, dab on that like, oh, dab on, dab on, dab on him, dab on, dab on him, dab on him, dab on that like, oh, dab on, dab on, dab on him, dab on, dab on him.
So 2 turnovers for the Colts on their first 2 possessions, and so Riverboat Ron Rivera, he's feeling a little cocky. He's going to take some chances on 4th and 1 there.
When you have Avatar at quarterback, Amber, you can do that.
Dab on, dab on, dab on that like, oh.